Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, The Town Watch. My name is Josh Town. Thank you for stopping by today. This is an overview video of a micro brand watch from Millar Watches out of the United Kingdom. They have a dive watch that they're calling the Scuba. And this one is a prototype model. There are going to be some changes to the production models, and I'll try and share those with you as we get to the end of this video today. But this is not a full review. I'm only spending a few days with this watch, so I'm considering this just an overview video. But there are other channels like Russell, my friend at the Mad Watch Collector. He did a great video going in depth and more of a full review type video, and some other channels as well. I'll try and link those below if you're interested for a more in-depth look at this piece. There's a number of different colorways with this watch. This one is the wine colorway, as you can tell because of that red that is going on. It's almost like a maroonish color red is how I'm describing it, but it's a nice color. I really like it, and this is a cool looking watch. It doesn't remind me really of any other watches out there in the dive range. There are some design elements here like the hands that you might recognize from some well-known watches. But other than that, I mean, the case shape is quite unique. It's quite thin. We're going to get some dimensions here, throw it on the wrist, get a Lume shot before the video is out. But really cool little piece. They started out on Kickstarter and were not able to get funded there. So they switched to doing a pre-order model for selling these watches, and so these are available for pre-order right now on their website, and they have a special pre-order price for these at £399, and the regular retail price is $499. So if you pre-order, you get $100 off, which I really think is a good deal for all that you get here. You get the Sellita SW200 Swiss movement. You get a nice 316L stainless steel case, sapphire crystal with AR coating on the underside. You get a ceramic bezel insert, and that bezel insert is lumed, which we'll take a peek at in a moment. And you get 300 meters of water resistance. So there's a lot to love with this watch. There are some textures on the dial underneath the indices that you can see there, some concentric circles. You get a large legible date window at 6 o'clock, and just a unique looking dive watch that I think looks really good, and I've found it to be comfortable on my wrist in the time that I've worn it so far. So let's break out the calipers here, if they'll turn on. Here we go, and let's get some measurements here, starting off with the case. So let's see. Kind of hard to measure. It's a unique case shape. I'm getting 44 millimeters from the 4 o'clock to about the 10 o'clock right there. So it's a little bit larger in that respect. Let's just go out to the crown to check that out. 45.4, as you can see there. Check the thickness. 12 millimeters. It's a really thin dive watch, which I like. I think that's great how thin that they made it. Let's get the lug to lug distance, lug tip to lug tip. It's about 49 millimeters or so. And then we have a lug opening here of 20 millimeters. I think all of the watches in this line come on some sort of strap. I don't think they have a bracelet model. I could be wrong about that, and if I am, someone please correct me down below. But this one comes on this nice maroon colored leather strap. I think it looks great with it, and they also sent a brown one back there as well. Let me put it on the wrist and see how it looks on my 6.5-inch wrist. All right, there it is. Again, I love the thinness of this case. It sits really nicely on the wrist, and the lug to lug being under 50 millimeters is good for me with someone with smaller wrists, so those lugs don't hang over. But it's a unique case shape I don't know what you might call this, maybe a cushion style case, but I think this is a good looking watch. All right, here's a quick Lume shot. I charged it up a little bit with my UV flashlight, and I think it's glowing pretty good. I always love a lumed bezel, so that is a nice touch. I'm glad that they did that. And just one minor note of change here in the production models. I believe the lume on the bezel will be a different color. I believe that's going to be a bluish color, so keep that in mind with the production models. So I just want to mention a few changes that they're going to be making to this watch and the production models. I believe the case is going to be mostly brushed. As you can see, this one is pretty much all polishing everywhere, but there's going to be more brushing on the case, maybe with some polished beveled edges. So I think that'll look a lot better. I think I prefer more brushed look on a dive style watch. The crown also, which is a screw down crown and signed, I did not mention that before, but the crown will be enlarged, so the diameter will be a couple millimeters more, and then it'll be a little bit taller as well. I believe a couple millimeters taller than it is right here, so they will be enlarging that crown. And then the tip of the second hand on this colorway will be made white, so you can see it's red right now. It's a little bit hard to see against the red dial, so they're going to make that white and make it a little bit more legible there. So those are some of the changes. This watch is available for pre-order right now. Links will be in the description if you're interested in this watch. And I believe when I read on their website that deliveries are to be expected sometime in November. So I think this is a good value for money watch, especially at that pre-order price of 399 pounds. You can do the math to figure out what that is in US dollars, but pretty interesting piece. You get that Swiss Solida movement, and so I think this is a pretty good bang for your buck micro brand diver right here, and there's a lot to love about it. So you guys let me know what you think about it down in the comments below. I really appreciate that, and please leave a like on this video. Helps it get to more people, the more likes that it has, so we appreciate that very much as well. Thanks for tuning in to the video today here on the Town Watch. We'll see you next time.